Have you ever been extremely hyped about an upcoming sequel to a game that you absolutely love? Have you ever waited over a decade to get that sequel? However, after seeing some gameplay footage and hearing more details about the upcoming game, you cannot help but feel slightly concerned. After all, the original Alan Wake was a quick-paced, linear action game. Alan Wake 2, on the other hand, is taking an entirely different approach. Just look what they had to say about the combat in the upcoming sequel. Alan Wake 2's pace will be slowed down compared to the first game. The game will offer less combat as Alan Wake 2 shifts to a survival horror genre. According to Sam Lake, the combat in Alan Wake was very samey, and shifting to survival horror made a lot of sense. The slow combat will allow players to have meaningful encounters and make a bigger event out of every fight. Now, I don't mind if they slow down the pace of the game. However, I'm worried that they're going to do it in the wrong way. After all, in the recent release footage from IGN, some of the enemies seem like complete bullet sponges. And since this footage is from IGN, we could pretty much be assured that the person playing is not on the hardest mode of the game. So yeah, they're basically most likely playing on easy or maybe normal mode, and it's taken this many bullets to kill some of the enemies. If this is what they meant by slowing down the combat and slowing the pace of the game, I'm going to be pretty disappointed. Though I will say, maybe the pistol in the game just sucks. Maybe that's kind of your default weapon, and instead of using a knife in, let's say, Resident Evil, the pistol is sort of your last resort. And you're just expected to store up ammo for the more powerful guns that you'll collect. Now, another interesting change they're bringing to the game is puzzles. Throughout your playthrough, you're going to come across different types of puzzles or padlocks that you have to find the combination for in order to progress. There's even a detective board that you use to collect clues and sort out suspects and kind of piece together their motives. And I think this could be an excellent feature. After all, Remedy games are filled to the brim with amazing lore and open-ended questions. And while I did say the original Alan Wake was an actual linear action game, one area that was left open for interpretation and speculation and led to a lot of fan theories was the game's story. How amazing would it be if in Alan Wake 2 we could use the detective board to explore different aspects of the overall story arc and maybe even make changes that could change the course of the investigation throughout the game, possibly leading to multiple endings. Though, once again, this new mechanic already has me concerned. Just listen to what IGN had to say about the detective board.
This is a match the card to the right location puzzle. Evidence that explains a person's motive goes in the motive section of the board, for example, and cannot be placed anywhere else.
So if this is true and it turns out that you're forced to put the clues in the proper spot without any chance of changing the course of the investigation or getting things wrong, I don't see the point of this mechanic at all. If they want to tell a well laid out story, much like they did in their original game, then why even introduce these elements in the first place? It almost is one of those things where it gives the illusion of player choice, but you're still just playing a linear story. Honestly, the more I see about this, it almost feels like instead of just doing a follow-up to Alan Wake, they're making the game look more and more like a Resident Evil title. And I don't want Remedy to turn Alan Wake into an RE clone. And I'm not the only person who's getting this vibe, because I've seen a ton of comments that are saying the same exact thing. So maybe we're all completely wrong and it will still have that Remedy magic and the DNA of Alan Wake 2, which is what I actually want. I just hope that they're not trying to break away from their niche titles and strike gold with Alan Wake 2, and the way they're doing that is to follow what's popular in the gaming media space. face. Because let's face it, so far, pretty much every game they've put out besides Max Payne 1 and 2 has been a very niche title. So I hope that they're not trying to strike it big and just kind of follow the current trend and just kind of copy and paste what Capcom has done. One last point I want to bring up before I wrap up the video is the performance for the game. I have a feeling, and I hope I'm wrong, that this is going to be another lot 30 FPS game on consoles. After all, at the time of recording this video, no information has been given on how the game will run on the Xbox or the PlayStation platforms. Hopefully the game turns out to be well optimized and runs incredibly well on every console or platform of your choice. I mean, the main reason we're not getting a physical release was so Remedy would have more time to make the game better. So hopefully by better, it also includes running extremely well across the board. But I would love to hear what you all think. Are you guys excited for Alan Wake 2? And do you plan on picking it up day one? Do you have any concerns about any of the footage or the details that have been shown or released about the game this far? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Personally, I still am overall excited for the game. And it's something that I do plan on playing this October. So if you made it this far in the video and you did enjoy it, let me know by dropping a like, and if you are new, please consider subscribing. As for me, I got a ton of work to do, so I'm gonna get back to the grind, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.